Isang bulan na mo ron chumena matagni ko ni ron ni bibo ko matagni ke misa po. Niya na isang bulan na sir ko ni sana. Chumena kino na mo ron chumay. Tu na sile. Isang bulan oyo Mr. Ben.
Kela po.
Na magkikira ni bibo mataka mo ni chikira mo ron buka may no kina diwa na Bula FM.
Ang pala.
Good evening, this is FBC News. I'm Jackie Spate. In this bulletin, over 300 small businesses receive a $1,000 grant each from government. Finance Minister reveals black economy is a huge problem in Fiji. And Prime Minister Vorenge Bainimarama says companies run by provincial councils lack transparency. $330 local businesses will soon benefit from the micro and small business grant provided by government. $1 million has been set aside by government in the 2015 budget to assist SMEs. Akosita Tale reports the handover was done in Suva today.
Latia Bulatale.
The wait is finally over for the small and micro operators as they lined up to receive their $1,000 grants from government to further their business. The grant will enable these local entrepreneurs to invest in small but important projects that will help grow their business.
Many a times, money I make from my business is usually spent on my children, food and families. With this grant, I will be able to spend on expanding my business at the flea market.
Because most of the time, when the sun coming, lots of rain, I've been struggling from outside as well. And I'd like to thank the government to give me this kind of opportunity.
A total of 25,789 applications were received, of which 7,661 have qualified for the assistance. The targeted individuals are handicraft sellers, small-scale fruit and vegetable sellers, and even farmers.
So here's a chance to grow, to fulfill your ambitions, to fulfill your dreams. We want as many of you as possible to be in a position to be able to access finance from commercial lending institutions to expand your current businesses. Small businesses don't always remain small. Many grow quickly to become medium and big businesses.
The initiative is focused on having grants disbursed to business operators around the country. However, the first phase is targeting the Greater Suva area, Namosi and Serua.
The micro and small business grant is very special as it has targeted the smallest businesses. Businesses that need support, a little support to boost their morale, to elevate them beyond their current situation and provide a better livelihood for their families and to contribute to the community.
The Micro and Small Business Grant Committee will oversee the progress of developments through quarterly reports and feedbacks from the Trade Ministry. The ministry will also carry out a review of the MSB grant facility on a regular basis to identify areas which may need to be strengthened in future. Akosita Tale, FBC News.
A staff nurse at a health centre in Lomaiviti appeared at the Suva Magistrates Court this afternoon, charged with sexual assault of a 16-year-old girl. The male nurse was arrested by Levuka police on Friday after a complaint was lodged with them from the village in Nairai. It's alleged the incident happened on the 1st of this month when the 16-year-old went for a checkup. The case has been adjourned. Police are investigating a road accident that claimed the life of an expat in Lautoka. Ruben Summerlin, who was cycling around Vitilevu, was hit by a car at the Ndrasa Flats on the Kings Road yesterday morning. The 45-year-old driver tried to overtake a cane truck and hit the cyclist. 44-year-old Summerlin was rushed to the Lautoka hospital where he was pronounced dead. Summerlin was a regional technical advisor for United Nations Capital Development Fund and managed the Pacific Financial Inclusion Program team based in Suva. 32% of Fiji's official gross domestic product, amounting to nearly $716.2 million, has not been collected through tax revenue. In Parliament today, Finance Minister Said Kayum admitted that Fiji has a huge problem in respect of the black economy. Ellen Stalls has more.
Black economy.
Minister for Finance Said Kayum told Parliament this morning that a study by the World Bank in 2007 revealed that 32.4% of Fiji's official GDP for the years 1999 to 2000 is not accounted for.
The report from the World Bank states that when you have over-regulation, it lets people slip under the black economy.
Between 1999 to 2000, $2.8 billion was not a part of Fiji's official economy, which Said Kayum says translates into approximately $716.2 million not collected through tax revenue. Opposition MP Professor Biman Prasad rose to ask the minister how government plans to deal with the issue of unexplained wealth.
Non-declaration of assets that sit offshore. We're trying to bring that within the taxation regime. So that will help everybody to ensure, to know exactly how much money is there in Fiji, how much of it has fallen outside GDP.
The finance minister further explained that since 2007, a number of laws like increase in fines and declarations of assets by political parties and politicians have been put in place to ensure greater compliance. Ellen Stalls, FBC News.
Prime Minister and Minister for Itauke Affairs Vorenge Bainimarama says some companies run by provincial councils lack transparency and good business practice. Bainimarama was asked why the government isn't transferring Yasana Holdings assets and properties to Vanua-registered companies. Bainimarama says provincial councils shouldn't be pressured to transfer assets or properties to private provincial companies which aren't financially secure and lack business acumen.
These funds, we have seen over the years that many provincial-based companies have not necessarily met the test of transparency. Equal distribution of shares, good governance, proper management of finances, to name a few. Many have been run virtually by a handful of individuals or families, and they tend to be the main beneficiaries of these companies.
Opposition MP Moses Mbulitavu told Parliament that Madawata House, run by Madawata Holdings Limited, is running at a loss and that provincial assets should be handed over to them. After the break, northern farmers showcased their produce at the Agriculture Show in Lambasa.
If you just joined us on the System After Dark, this is a homegrown number courtesy of E3 and Cracker. Bulla, how's it going? I'm D, your host on the System After Dark, right here on Today FM. Today's hit music. You can catch me weeknights at 7 p.m. That's from Monday to Friday, only on the home of Today's hit music. And don't forget, that's D with you every weeknight on the System After Dark.
Lawyers have filed for a constitutional challenge on behalf of suspended MP Ratunaingama Lalambalavu. Ratunaingama is challenging Parliament's decision to suspend him for uttering a derogatory remark against the Speaker during a political party meeting. He was suspended for 2 years in May. Minister for Local Government Pravin Bala has directed the Suva City Council to find a temporary location for the Albert Park kiosk to continue its operations while the stadium is under renovation. This comes after the kiosk business owners were told last week that they would have to move by the weekend, leaving 8 women out of a job. Maggie Boyle with the story.
Albert Park Kiosk, a popular eatery in Suva, was only last week on the verge of closure because of park renovations. However, Local Government Minister Pravin Bala today says the kiosk will remain in business.
And I have asked Suva City Council to make arrangement for them to be relocated till such time the development takes place. Once the development is over, then they will be provided a space in the new stadium.
Business owner Roshni Kumar, while declining to go on camera, told FBC News that the minister's directive is a welcome relief and she will now await official word from the council. Bala says unemployment will not be an option for these women anytime soon.
Yes, that's what my directive to Suva City Council is.
The Albert Park kiosk is a 21-year-old establishment. Its patrons range from taxi drivers to prime ministers. Renovation work to relocate the stadium is expected to take 6 to 8 months. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
Family members of the 12 victims of the Nayevo bus fire in Singatoka in 2008 have been paid $20,000 each as compensation settlement. Transport Minister Parvin Bala made the comment in response to a question from opposition MP Viliame Ngavoka about what had transpired with regards to the victims' compensation. Bala says the settlement was paid by the insurance company on behalf of the Land Transport Authority.
A total of $240,000, being $20,000 per family, was paid as settlement between LTA and the family members in 2014. Madam Speaker, the investigation was carried out by the LTA, Fiji Police Force, National Fire Authority, and the Australian Federal Police.
54 people were in the bus that caught fire on the night of the 29th August 2008. 12 passengers died in the fire. Education Minister Dr. Mahendra Reddy today revealed that he has written to the 3 local universities to lower the entry marks for Year 13 students to 200 from 250 based on English and 3 best subjects. Reddy says the measure is because of the removal of the scaling of marks from all exams effective from this year.
In 1989, the University of the South Pacific lost confidence in the 200 mark and raised the entry requirement to 250 after introduction of scaling. Madam Speaker, it was then that the university decided that they couldn't trust the 200 pass mark because the marks were inflated.
Reddy was responding to a question posed by opposition MP Dr. Biman Prasad. A number of students are currently benefiting from government's free education program. This was revealed by Education Minister Dr. Mahendra Reddy after he was asked by Government MP Dr. Bridgelal to explain the breakdown of school grants given to kindergarten, primary and secondary schools. Ali Kimbia has more.
Out of the 209,045 students who currently benefit from the free education initiative, 8,115 are kindergarten students. Government has allocated $1.4 million to registered early childhood centers and have also given guidelines on how to utilize the funds.
45% goes towards administration, management and office operations. 10% goes for maintenance of that ECE center. 20% goes towards learning resource and furniture. 10% towards any nutritional material that the center may provide to the children. 15% for outdoor recreational activity.
However, opposition member Moses Mbulitabu posed a question on how accessible the grants are to rural schools.
How can the ministry assure and put in place measures on how these programs can be related to the school management and them to apply and ask this kind of grants?
We are organizing a regional conference of all school managements. There will be a Western Regional Conference for School Management. There will be one in Suva, one in Northern Division, where I will be talking to management about utilization of grant in particular, about the relationship with the school heads.
Under the free education program, the government has allocated $35 million to primary school and $31.4 million to secondary school, as this is in line with the government's vision to create a knowledge-based society. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
The Northern Agriculture Show 2015 began at Subrel Park in Lambasa this morning. Shireen Lata reports the 4-day event is centered around the theme Sustain Our Soil, Nourish Our Nation, Reaffirm Our Future.
Vendors in the Northern Division turned up in numbers to showcase their products for the week-long agriculture show.
Bring my produce, what I have planted and I have labored for. See it for yourself and buy it, so that we can get some help from others too.
Cassava is $4. One plate ginger is $1. One plate stick $15. 5 kg.
73 booths have been set up and farmers are expecting a good turnout.
It might be better than what we had last year, because this year's the show had been organized well. And
Commissioner Northern Jovesa Vodia says the National Agriculture Show is becoming popular.
Consider the vast potential of land in Wonolevu and how we need to convene and conserve and use our soil sustainably for food security and securing sustainable soil for the future.
Similar shows will be held in Central and Western divisions in the next few months. Sharin Lata, FBC News.
And Jamie's not with us tonight, but Rohit is here with Sports Tonight, and a lot's happening.
Good evening, and yes, for sure, lots happening in sports. Coming up, flying Fijian squad name for Maori Test, and Fiji now 5th on Pacific Games medal tally. Stay with us for that and more.
Gold FM, only the classic hits. Beautiful song from the group Firehouse and When I Look Into Your Eyes. Before that, you heard from Smokey Robinson with One Heartbeat. We'll take a short break and join us in the next hour for more music from Seal. Bulablaga. I'm DJ Tora. Join me every weekdays, 7 until midnight on the Premium Classics. Right here on Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Team Fiji will once again be represented in tonight's swimming finals of the Pacific Games in Papua New Guinea. Caroline Pomau and Johanni Blake will feature in the women's 50 meters backstroke final. In the men's 100 meters butterfly, Meli Malani and Paul Iliesa will feature in the final. In the women's 200 meters freestyle final, Matilita Buonromo and Thierry Erasito are in the final. In the men's 400 meters individual medley, Douglas Miller and Taichi Vakasama will try and win gold, while Rosemary Rova will swim in the women's 200 meters backstroke final. Meanwhile, last night during the swimming finals, Fiji failed to win a single gold medal. In the women's 100 meters freestyle, Matilita Buonromo won silver behind winner Emma Terembo of New Caledonia. Caroline Pomau was third with a bronze medal. Buonromo also picked up a silver medal in the 400 meters individual medley, while the women's team won a silver in the 4x100 freestyle relay. The Fiji men's football side has qualified for both the Olympic and gold medal semi-finals at the Pacific Games. This as the side drew 0-0 with Tahiti this afternoon. Meanwhile, PNG has also qualified for the Pacific Games semi-finals with a 2-1 win over Solomon Islands.
To his left, he may not need it. Cross into the box, Mango's dropped it. Opportunity, it's a goal! Papua New Guinea at last are on the score sheet, and it's Tommy Semi. Still a tight match. Oh, the Solomons in big trouble. Samoa, 2-0. And that surely must see Papua New Guinea through.
In other games played today, Vanuatu thumped FSM 46-0, while New Zealand beat New Caledonia 5-0. As the 2015 Pacific Games continues in Papua New Guinea, Team Fiji has managed to win only a bronze medal so far today. The side sits on 4 gold, 4 silver and 9 bronze medals and is 5th on the tally. The latest bronze medal came in the women's VAR V12 final, while PNG won gold and Tahiti was second. PNG has taken the lead on the medal tally with 13 gold, 7 silver and 5 bronze medals, while Tahiti is second with 12 gold, 5 silver and a bronze medal. Australia is third with 5 gold, 11 silver and 3 bronze medals. New Caledonia is fourth with 5 gold, 4 silver and 5 bronze. Meanwhile, this afternoon, the Fiji women's basketball team beat American Samoa 81-73, while the women's cricket side beat New Caledonia. The Vodafone Flying Fijian squad to play against the Maori All Blacks was named today. Coach John McKee has named a strong lineup with one player guaranteed to make his debut. It is not too long ago when Benito Masilevu was playing 7th rugby before he switched to the 15-a-side game. Masilevu makes his debut for the Flying Fijians this Saturday.
We're choosing players on form and on his form coming out of the top 14 competition, but also his application to training since he's been with the group. He's trained very well. We have a lot of competition on the wing, and we'll be looking for a big game for him to see if he can make the selection for the PNC.
Maki has named an experienced team which sees Nemani Nandolo and Masilevu starting on the wings, Josh Matavesi at fly half, Gabi Lovombalavu and Veroniki Ngoneva make up the centres, while Kini Murimurivalu will be at full back. The captain has assured his side will put in their best performance this weekend.
To play in front of our crowd, it's an honor for us, and it's a privilege for the boys who hasn't been playing for Fiji for quite a time, to try and show the supporters and the people of Fiji what they can add on to this team. And moving forward, I think it's a good build-up for us going forward.
Fiji takes on the Maoris at 3 p.m. at the ANZ Stadium this Saturday. This will be the Flying Fijians' first stop on the journey to the Rugby World Cup. Rohit Deo, FBC Sports. The Jacks Nandi rugby team is ready to take on defending champions Nanronga in the Skipper Cup competition this week. The Jet Setters defeated Namosi 15-7 in a tough match last week and are preparing for an even harder task this week. Josephine Navula reports.
After a tough win against Namosi on Saturday, Nandi will be out to maintain its undefeated run as they take on Nanronga this week.
This week against Nanro, we're facing the defending champion, no doubt about that. They are a very strong team. Especially they'll be aiming to be on the top 4-2. It all depends on the result of this week's game.
Tamata says the players have shown great potentials that has led to their consistency.
They step up to another level. Taking into account that Namosi is a current informed team of the tournament at the moment, the boys stepped up and they got the win.
Tamata adds despite the win, there's still more room for improvement.
There are a lot of areas that we need, the backline and the forwards, that I think that the coaching staff will be working on this week.
Nandi will host Nanronga at the Provincial Park at 3 p.m. this Saturday. Josephine Navula, FBC Sports.
That's it from Sports Today. It's back to Jackie with business.
The Reserve Bank has successfully met its core objectives and statutory functions throughout 2014. This has been revealed in the 2014 annual report of the RBF tabled in Parliament by the Minister for Finance, Ayaz Said Qayyum. In his report, RBF Governor Barry Whiteside says the economy recorded a fifth consecutive year of growth of 4.5% in 2014 against a moderate global economy. And the Miss World Fiji organisation and Damodar Event Cinemas are teaming up to raise funds for the CWM Children's Hospital in Suva. Damodar Event Cinemas will host this year's Miss World Fiji Top Model Show at the VMAX Cinemas on the 22nd of this month. Damodar Chief Executive Div Damodar says they are happy to be part of this well-known event.
An event which is most prestige in Fiji as we see it. And the best part about it is it's all charity, and we want to be very highly involved in it. So this is the first event of many events to come together as Damodar Event Cinemas, Damodar City, and Miss World coming.
Miss World Fiji will be crowned on the 25th of this month at the Pearl South Pacific Resort in Diumba and will represent the nation at the 65th Miss World contest on December 19th in China. Fine weather was experienced over most places today. A trough lies slow-moving over Vanuatu. Meanwhile, an east to southeast winds flow prevails over most southwest Pacific Island countries. Suva was the only centre to record rain with 1 millimetre in the 24 hours to 9 a.m. today. Another cool day today with maximum temperatures peaking in the late 20s and early 30s. Lambasa notched the highest at 32. Expect a cooler night with temperatures falling to 20 in Andarivatu and Ba, 22 in Kandavu and 23 degrees in Lambasa. Tomorrow's forecast, cloudy periods with brief showers over the interior and eastern parts of the larger islands. Elsewhere, fine apart from possible afternoon or evening showers. Showers expected to develop and become frequent from the west later tomorrow. Thursday's outlook, occasional showers over most places. And recapping the top stories. 330 local businesses will soon benefit from the micro and small business grant provided by government. A staff nurse at a health centre in Lomaiviti appeared in the Suva Magistrates Court this afternoon, charged with sexual assault of a 16-year-old girl. And police are investigating a road accident that killed an expat in Lautoka early yesterday morning. Now to our poll segment, we're asking, can Fiji win the 2015 Pacific Games? Visit our FBC website to take part. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page, FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. You've been watching FBC News. I'm Jackie Spade. Good night.
घर संसार में आपका स्वागत है। आपका अपना छोटा सा स्वर्ग, जहाँ प्यार भरे रिश्ते पलते हैं, जहाँ हेल्थी रहने की सलाह दी जाती है, जहाँ हम आपको और भी सुंदर बनाते हैं और जहाँ स्वाद की सौगात भी है। नमस्कार, मैं हूँ पल्लवी। सोमवार से शुक्रवार 9 से 12 तक रेडियो फिजी 2 देश की धड़कन पर घर संसार में शामिल रहिए मेरे साथ।
ऐसा सुंदर सपना अपना